New Things Day, and this might be the first of 3, possibly 4 videos I'm going to film today consecutively, one after another, in the same shirt. I'm self-conscious about it because I feel like the same shirt in 4 straight videos looks lazy, but it's the opposite because I'm doing them all now. That's not lazy. That's getting them done in a prompt fashion. But this is New Things Day. This is not an autobiography. This is not a I'm the end of the words. New Things Day, new things. Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, Ultimate Edition. I started watching, I think I watched the first half hour and I didn't see any extended scenes yet, so don't know where the Ultimate comes into play yet. And I guess it's a very uncommon opinion, but I loved the theatrical version. I loved it. So if you didn't, I don't care. I really, really enjoyed it. And it made me give Batman another chance. Ben Affleck is phenomenal. I got this poster, and truthfully, I don't really care. I mean, I'm going to go see the movie. I'm going to go see Suicide Squad, but I don't really care about promotional materials. But my love of cereal made me get this poster. And it says, we need them bad. I like it. I'm a big fan of this poster. I like it. I don't even know. I probably won't hang it up, but it's interesting. And I'm going to go see the movie. I just can't say I'm too excited about it, as I mean, I don't watch trailers, so all I have seen is a picture of Jared Leto as the Joker. But as I've said many times before, maybe not on here, Jared Leto, and people are going to be mad. People are going to hate this statement. Jared Leto's Joker will be better than Heath Ledger's Joker. Period. Moving on. I know people probably shut the video down. Don't care. Comics time. First up, Green Lantern's number 3. Chose this cover because he has the gun in his hand on it, and I was confused about the gun at first. I kind of see the point of it now. I see the reason why he carries the gun. And he says it plainly. He says, I couldn't trust anything else in my life. Why should I trust this ring? I need a gun in case the ring fails. Granted, if the ring fails, he's probably fighting somebody with superpowers, and the gun's not going to be effective, but I like the thought process. Might not be a sound thought process, but I like the thought process. Batman number 3. Picked this cover because I'm a fan of the silhouette over Gotham. Betty and Veronica number 1. My dive into the Archieverse is almost fully complete at this point. I love everything about it. This is I want to say it's the Veronica Fish cover. Let me check real quick just to confirm. Yes, this is the Veronica Fish cover. I loved the Adam Hughes cover, but I figure there's more of those out there, even though none of them were incentive covers, I don't think. So, but I enjoyed this cover. The Adam Hughes cover is that one. It's kind of a full that. Deadpool and the Mercs for Money, number 1. This is of the ongoing. The first 5 were just a mini, I guess. And I continued the figure variant on this, and this is the Masker figure variant. And it even has the title in Spanish, among other things. Nope, that's all it's in Spanish. The book's not in Spanish. I checked. This is Power Rangers number 5, and I could not pass up this cover. Holy shit. I liked all 3 covers that came out, although, well, I don't know if there were more than 3, but there was this one, the regular cover, and then the Yellow Ranger figure variant. And I liked the figure variant, but if I would have had all the figure variants up to now, I would have got it. But because I didn't, I had to get this. This is awesome. This is a great cover. Not sure if I like the Virgin cover. I kind of do like seeing the logo on it. I mean, it's on the back, yes, but I think the logo, even not full size across, but I think just up in the corner here, I think it might make it, I don't know. I feel like it looks weird in a bag and board when you just see this. I don't know. That's a personal preference thing, I guess. Thunderbolts number 3. This is Thunderbolts versus the Inhumans. Nice to see Atlas getting some play. Yes. I love how they're kind of paying homage and kind of reigniting the old Thunderbolts team. I was a huge fan of that run, a huge fan of that team. Manifest Destiny number 21, Sasquatch part 3 of 6. Just hopped on this at the beginning of the Sasquatch arc, even though I read the first 1 or 2 trades. I like this book. I'm a fan of it. Nothing much to say. I think at this point you're either reading it or you're not, and I'm not going to talk you into it either way. A book I don't really care to talk you into because I barely talk myself into it. Black Hammer, number 1, Jeff Lemire. Jeff Lemire has taken me down roads that have confused me and aggravated me many times, and he's also taken me down roads that I really, really enjoyed. So I wasn't going to get this. I picked it up. I started reading through it. I read probably the first 5 or 6 pages, and I was interested. I don't know if he's playing tricks on me. I don't know if it's going to screw me in the end, but I at least liked 6 pages of it, which I got it. I mean, I like the idea. The artwork isn't awful. I kind of like the artwork. We'll see where it goes. Another book I wasn't on, but I picked up because it is the Justice League. It's Justice League number 1. I got the Tony Daniel cover. The other cover looked just, I don't know, bland to me. All New Inhumans number 9. If you know what's going on in the story, we have Gorgon kind of being taken by, I can't remember his name. What's his name's sister? I think that's what's happening. Yeah. Didn't pull his name, but whatever. Uncanny X-Men number 10. I don't know. I like this book, but this is the only book of the Apocalypse Wars that I'm reading, and I'm missing a good chunk of the story. So who knows what's happening in the other books? Probably somebody reading them. Now I've got a stack of books here. It took me 7 minutes to do that, so I don't know if I'm going to do this whole stack. I'd like to, so I can get them off of my floor. First up, library bound, hardback. Ship of Fire by Richard Armstrong. And this is a junior literary guild book. I believe it's a kid's book. It's kind of for younger readers, but I loved the cover. And it's library bound, which is phenomenal. This book was published in 1959. Wrong. This is the first American edition published in 1960 by the John Day Company of New York. Ship of Fire, the story of adventure at sea. Next up, another library bound. Oh, I love library bound books. The True Romantic Saga of Young Theodore Roosevelt. This is Manifest Destiny by Brian Garfield. Yep, Brian Garfield. This book was $20 newsstand. Oh boy. 1989. Published in 1989 by Penzler Books. I'm actually interested in this. I wonder how bland it's going to be, but I'm interested. I might read this next, actually. We'll see. It's been a while since I've read a larger size library bound book. Next up, The Man in the Middle by Nathan W. Shefferman with Dale Kramer. The inside story of the hot and cold wars between management and labor. Nice cover there. That might be why I got the book, the cover alone. I judged the book by its cover. Oh, no. I'm going to say this is the reason I got the book. To Nicholas Ukono, a rare confirmation of man, a lawyer, an honest something, a human being. Dearest regards, Nathan W. Shefferman. So that man right there inscribed it to a Nicholas something or other. This book was published by Doubleday in 1961, $4.50 newsstand price. So that's fun. Signature, inscription. The Rhineman Exchange by Robert Lundlum. I think Robert Lundlum, didn't you do the Bourne books? He did the Bourne books. I'm trying to look around and see if there's one on this shelf so I can confirm that. Could have swore there was one on this shelf. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. I think so. Published 1974. This is a second printing, actually. 1974. By the Dial Press. The Rhineman Exchange. Hardback. Dust jacket's in good condition other than the... That's not a rip in it. That's a sticker that can come off probably at some point. That'll work at it. Next we have Greek Fire, the story of Maria Callas and Aristotle Onassis. I don't know much about Aristotle Onassis, but what I do know is very interesting. Wrong. I know that he's interesting somehow. I don't really know anything about him. I've heard the name referenced in other stories being told. So this should be interesting. This was published in... Oh, this is by Nicholas Gage, by the way. Greek Fire by Nicholas Gage. Published in the year 2000, first edition. The story of Maria Callas and Aristotle Onassis. This is a cute little kid's book, actually. I like the cover a lot. I like the idea of it. More witch, goblin, and ghost stories. And I think these three represent the witch, goblin, and the ghost. Open it up and show you a little of the inside. It's an I Am Reading book by Pantheon. Published in 1978. And here's just, very big fonts, some nice little illustrations. I enjoy finding some of these old vintage kid books because, that even predates me as a child by a decent amount. So it'll be interesting to read when I do eventually have kids. It'll be interesting to read them kids' books that I've never read myself. Next up, Shakespeare's Major Plays and the Sonnets. This was organized by G.B. Harrison. Sorry, not organized, edited by G.B. Harrison. Published by Harcourt Brace. And it was published, you're not going to give me a year, are you? It's right from the published date to the contents. Give me a year. 1948, this was published. Printed in the United States of America, greatest country in the world. There's actually some glossy pages in here with some pictures. The evolution of the Elizabethan stage, contemporary costumes. So not only is it a Shakespeare's Major Plays and Sonnets hardback, by the way, no dust jacket. The actual spine inscription is very hard to make out. So not only is it kind of his major plays and sonnets, but you kind of learn about the stage itself. You learn about costumes and whatnot. Might be more of a textbook related thing. Speaking of textbooks, this is the Book of Knowledge. Very heavy paper in this thing. It's very heavy paper. No dust jacket, but the cover does have some design on it there. Inside pages are a little dirty. This is actually a children's encyclopedia. Editors-in-chief are Arthur Mee and Holland Thompson. I'm going to say this is 1918? 1918 is the latest I see here, and if this is the publication from the Grolier Society. First published in 1899, but I don't see any markings of if it was the Grolier Society that published this or not. I don't know. That's my guess. I don't know why they would have a copyright of an earlier date and not a later date in here. Actually, it says text and illustrations of this work are protected by copyrights as follows. And 1918 is the latest copyright. So it seems like the book itself isn't copyrighted. just everything in it individually is. So it's just like a collection. I didn't know that was possible. I didn't know that was a real thing. I may be wrong. It's been known to happen before. Library bound, transferred yesterday by Isidore Heiblum. It might be Heiblum, but I'm going with Heiblum. And it's a double-day science fiction published in, I'm going to guess, I saw the cover price. $9.95 was the cover price. I'm going to guess 77. I was off. 1981. Transferred yesterday. Science fiction. Should be interesting. I love library bound books. There is Isidore Heiblum right there. Nice clock action on the front. You know that's a science fiction book just looking at the cover. Next we have Hans Herland's Grisham. Hans Herland's Grisham, library bound, once again, hardback. $17.95 cover price. 93 is my guess. This is a fun game, right? Everybody gets enjoyment out of me guessing things. 87. God damn it. Off again. Published by Doubleday. Actually, translated by J. Maxwell Brownjohn. So this may not, I guess it's not a natural English speaker, meaning this book. I'm not going to get out of that now. If you want to hear me bitch about a translated book, watch my End of the Words on To Siberia. You'll hear me speak at length or not about a translated book. Moving on. The Bermuda Triangle Mystery solved by Lawrence David Kusch. K-U-S-C-H-E. Kusch. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. That's the man. He solved it. He did it. Figured out the Bermuda Triangle. It's solved. Solved. We don't have to worry about it. It's just not even called a mystery anymore. It's the Bermuda Triangle now. That's it. There's no mystery. $10 cover price. 83. I'm going to be off. It's going to be earlier. Give me a goddamn publishing date. I'm way off. 75. I'm bad at this game. I'm really bad at this game. He solved it. Brings in his investigation of the Bermuda Triangle, not only his experience as a reference librarian, guys, reference librarian, he did it. He's not a Navy pilot. He's not a seaman. He doesn't even own a ship. He doesn't even own a boat. This guy may have never seen water. He's seen books. He's seen paper. He's seen card catalogs. He knows the Dewey Decimal System. He has figured out the Bermuda Triangle. We're good. We don't have to think about it anymore. Don't worry about it. We're good. He got it. He has it under control. Next up, El Cid, a novel by Arthur Herzog. Library-bound hardback. Just a pill on the cover here. $14.95 cover price. $14.95 leads me to believe this was published in the year 1979. Too early. 83. 83. Son of a bitch. Rack one up for this guy. I'm stoked. I may read this next just because I got the year right. Would that be an interesting talent to have? See the cover price of a book, maybe the publisher, and know what year it came out? I think that's interesting. The American Idea, Ending Limits to Growth by Congressman Jack Kemp. There he is, Jack Kemp himself. There's a foreword by President Ronald Reagan in here. And it actually, I don't know where he was a congressman. It might tell me in here somewhere. I don't know where Jack Kemp was a congressman, but this is 1984. This was published. It is autographed by Jack Kemp himself, so that's a thing. I have Congressman Jack Kemp's book signed by Jack Kemp. Rip Van Winkle and Other Stories by Washington Irving. Illustrated by Suzanne Suba. Nelson Doubleday publication. Copyright, son of a bitch, Roman numerals, MCMLV. Fuck. I hate Roman numerals. Some illustrations in this. Kids book, Rip Van Winkle. Everybody knows Rip Van Winkle. Rip Van Winkle better call dickhead who's all over Bermuda Triangle. Maybe he slept through it. Next up, love this cover. Exploit of Death by Dale Shannon. It's a Louis Mendoza mystery. Skull with the Eiffel Tower in the eye. This is a book club edition. I was looking for a price to guess it, but it doesn't have one. So I think these book clubs are sent out to just book clubs. 1983, this came out. 2 more. Bear with me. I lied. 3 more. John Saul. Huge fan of John Saul. One of my favorite, if not my favorite, horror writer, period. John Saul's the author that got me into reading. One of the first novels I ever read was John Saul's Creature. I still have my original copy. It's destroyed, and I couldn't. It might be one of my favorite books I own because it is the book that got me into reading, legit reading. But this is John Saul's The Guardian, library bound, kind of an oversized edition. But this is the size. After I read The Creature in paperback that was at my house, I think my mother owned it. I think it might have been my grandmother's. This is the size that I would get of all of John Saul's books from the library. So this is the size I'm familiar with John Saul's work. And I love that I got this. I love that it's library bound already. There's John Saul in the back being weird. $21.50 cover price. Come on, you're making it too easy. 1987. It's 1987. Can't be anything but 1987. Well, 1993. Got cocky. Got cocky and got caught up. Got cocky, got caught up. I apologize. 1993, Ballantine Books Publishing, The Guardian. If you're into horror, if you're into kind of well, his earlier stuff, I kind of compare with Stephen King with a more obscure Catholicism underneath it because Catholic religion makes everything scarier, and his things kind of usually have religion based, and that makes things scarier, at least to me. I recommend checking out John Saul. Big fan of John Saul. Gulliver's Stories, adult pleasure book. Same cover on front and back. How's that grab you? That make you excited? Because it doesn't make me excited. You'd think that would work with my OCD. I hate using the term because I don't think I actually have it. I just have problems and I like what I like. But it doesn't do well for me. The symmetry of the covers does not work. I don't like it. Books are supposed to be books, supposed to have something different on the back. 1960, this was published by Edward W. Dolch. Actually, these are retold from Jonathan Swift by Edward Dolch, Margaret P. Dolch, and Beulah Jackson. Published by Goddard Publishing Company, Champaign, Illinois. And last, but not least, you're 23 minutes in. If you made it this, kudos. Thank you. You're wonderful. You're a great human being. You're a better person than I probably am. You can conquer the world now. The next thing you can do, go try to figure out the Bermuda Triangle. Never mind. We don't have to. He's got it. Solved. Librarian. The Day the Century Ended by Francis Irby Gwaltney. Hardback, dust jacket, a little beat up, published by Reinhardt and Company. I like the cover art there. Kind of little war action. Second printing, cover price $3.50. $3.50. If I had to guess, 1961. Come on. God damn it, 1955. Give me some credit. I'm getting close. I was within 6 years of this cocksucker. Thank you. I don't have to hold up. I'm going to hold up this Manifest Destiny book, as well as this Manifest Destiny comic, because I guess this was Manifest Destiny week. 2 separate Manifest Destinies, but thanks. You're a better person than I am. Way better. Trust me. Okay.